So Hollyoaks has finally allowed us the reprieve. Hollyoaks has finally gotten to the stage where Frankie has told Darren that JJ is sexually abusing her in a really, really great episode. This has obviously been going on since March 2024, so we've had a good couple of months of horrific fucking treatment of Frankie continually being abused by her brother. And we see the length. We see JJ finally completely loses cool and gets exceptionally angry and almost violent. And we finally saw Darren, who does unapologetically love his daughter, in a really, really heartbreaking scene where, she is just like amazed that Darren loves her, amazed that you can see her heart kind of break. See her heart break when there's you love me, and it's one of those things where it's been such a thing because the Darren and the Frankie and Nancy relationship has been continually played out because Frankie's never allowed to actually appreciate Darren for who he is and who he is as a dad, because JJ's constantly breathing down her neck and making her lie and lash out and having to cover for it. And the one thing that I think has been done really interestingly is Darren, from what we've heard, 100% believes her and has no reason to believe otherwise. You wouldn't make up something like that. With that, it now explains a lot of the way that she reacts to him, the way that she thinks and deals about JJ. And it's one of those things where you have to allow someone to rise before they can fall. So this episode was JJ signing with United. It was him signing a contract with a professional team. And this was his high. This is what he's been working for. He is the golden boy. He is the poster child of the family. He is the popular one. He is the golden boy. And just really powerful scenes. If you don't, if you're a bit checked out with Hollyoaks, watch this and obviously tomorrow's episode, where I assume we're going to get a bit more of a, probably not two-hander, but I do think this would have been a really good move for it in Hollyoaks to do a two-hander, where you kind of have a realization of Darren starting to piece together why Frankie has been acting the way she's been acting. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It shows why a lot of people like me has fallen in love with this storyline. And when I first mentioned it, I'm not saying I clickbaited it, but I did genuinely say this may be this will be one of the most groundbreaking storylines in Hollyoaks history, because it was really important, really big, and it tackles a story that is not really been seen before in this context, as far as I'm aware. And the performances from both JJ's actor, I think it's Dylan Mulvaney, and Frankie's actor being Isabel Smith, and even Ashley Taylor Dawson's Darren Osborne as well. Like, it is top tier. For the longest time, I never understood Darren. I thought, he's just the fucking clown who makes all the shit jokes. But through time and through kind of appreciating Darren and Nancy's dynamic and how they get through things and his part to play in Charlie's mental health storyline, you do finally realize that, yes, as much as Darren is making all these shit jokes all the time, fundamentally, he does it because that's his way of dealing with it. And I do really look forward to seeing how they're gonna deal with this revelation. Because, like I said, I mean, the way I predict it's gonna happen is I feel like Nancy and Darren are gonna 100% be behind Frankie. I feel like Frankie will apologize to Jack. Jack will be on side, but I do feel like Suzanne will struggle to believe this, and I think that this is going to be a reason why she's going to leave. I think Suzanne and JJ are going to leave ahead of the time jump because I don't think she's not a good mum. She's never been a good mum. She has always never truly thought about her kids. She's never really believed in Frankie. She's always viewed her as the problem child. She's never really thought anymore because she's not a good mum. And I do think she will have a pretty averse reaction to this news. She won't believe it. She'll say that Frankie's lying. She'll break down because, you know, how would her golden boy do such a horrific thing? She's lying. She wants attention. You just wanted to spoil the moment. But yeah, it's fantastic. It is exceptional. It is. If there's one thing I was very worried about, I was worried that Isabel Smith was going to leave the role as Frankie. Like, that can't happen. That cannot happen. The way this storyline's gone and the way I believe the character should go, she probably will become one of the best, well, maybe not best, but one of the most popular characters for the truly impactful storyline, and is an absolute gem, an absolute royalty, and I adore her, I adore the character, and the character's been dealing with so much, and it has been relentless, and it has been horrifically abusive, and it's been really gross at how JJ has constantly taken advantage of his sister. It's been pretty rough, you know. They didn't pull any punches. They made it as kind of outward, as open, and as horrific as these cases are. But yeah, it's just truly, it's just really, it is genuinely tremendous, and I am so very happy that we've gotten this storyline. I do think they've handled it very well. I do genuinely think they've handled this story very well, and I'd love to, like I said, it's probably one of my favorite Hollyoaks storylines they've done in years. I don't really know what my list of like favorite Hollyoaks storylines would be, but I genuinely have adored this storyline, and I think it's been fantastic. And I look forward to seeing this ahead of this and the Blue reveal as well. We're in for a kind of an absolute treat of episodes. So, all that said, full credits to all the actors, and specifically Dylan Mulvaney, who plays JJ, Isabel Smith, who plays Frankie, and Ashley Taylor-Dalton, who plays Dan. And I do look forward to seeing how Nancy reacts, because I feel like Nancy will actually knock it out of the park as well. As said before, through time, I've gradually come to appreciate Darren. And as much as he's a bumbling idiot, when he needs to do serious stuff, he fucking knocked it out of the park. So, full credit. Out of my family, out of everybody who I was desperate to keep in my list where I predicted who was going to be leaving, who was going to stay, Darren, Nancy, and Frankie were top of my list and a must keep. Right next to Steve and Sienna. But yeah, there we are. What did everybody think of the episode? It was pretty fucking emotional. It was pretty moving, and all in all, very, very good. I look forward to tomorrow's episode where we're gonna see the kind of aftermath of this big revelation. And yeah, great episode. Full credit. I think that episode's gonna win some awards. I love the dynamic with Oscar as well. That's been a a very bright spot in a very dark storyline. But yeah, thank you for watching. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I've been Ash from Watching Wolf. This has been a Hollyoaks video. Thank you for watching. Join me in the next one. See you then. Bye bye.